Hello everyone, welcome to another video about Kyvos and how to emulate AmigaOS 4 and MorphOS on different operating systems like macOS, Windows, and Linux. Today I'm going to show you how you can install AmigaOS 4 on a virtual machine. We have that virtual machine ready from the previous videos that were for introduction, and I also described about the different configurations that you can make to the virtual machine. So if you haven't checked these videos, please go and have a look because there is plenty of information how to change things. So let's go today and start by um, making the installation of macOS 4. Um, the first installation that we can do, and I will show you today, is the manual installation. So we start the OS4 Amiga 1 XE installation and the virtual machine that is currently going to mount the ISO of the operating system and boot from that. As you can see, we have already the virtual machine running. That window, that window at the back is a known issue about the system, so you can close it. And first of all, we have to set up the hard disk. So start the hard disk preparation utility, select the Amiga 1 IDE. That's the case when you have the Amiga 1 emulated system. If you have another system, you might see a different device here. So from here, you can select the hard disk, install read configuration, and install the SLD version 2. Okay, accept changes, and then edit partition, add partition, select file system. I prefer to use SFS because it's much faster than the fast file system, and select the boot priority. Okay, save disk, yes, approve, close, and reboot. Now, all these steps are explained with screenshots in the manual that comes with Kyvos. So even if you miss something, you can also always go there and have information what exactly you need to select and what are the steps that you need to follow. So booting again from the ISO image, and let's start the installation. Here it asks about location and keyboard layout. I will leave the default, but you always can go and select whatever you want. So we have all the installation started. Next, accept the license agreement. Next, 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 and next. So here we can format the hard disk image. Let's call it system. Quick format, approve, and next. The selected system is, the hard disk is already selected. Let's leave the default, next, and the installation currently started. As you can see, the installation is pretty forward. We mostly need to click on the next button and wait for the files to be copied. Everything is explained with detail in my manual for keyboards, so I believe that you are not going to get lost. The manual installation is available, of course, for Kyvos version 1.8. That is available for free, so you can use it. But for Kyvos version 2, we have an automated installation that we will see later, and that helps a lot to avoid all these steps and have a system ready up and running. So the installation finished, next, and finish. Now you will see that it is going to try to do a reboot on our system, and the mouse currently is freeze because with the QMO there is a bug, there's a problem that the hardware reboot is not working and the system is freezing. So we will close that window. And then we have to remove the ISO image for the installation because we don't need it right now anymore. So we remove it from the media button tab. If you don't know what exactly this is, I have a video about all the tabs and how you can configure the virtual machines. So have a look on there. And now we can start again the virtual machine. We can minimize the window from Kyvos. And the virtual machine is going to boot from the hard disk in a few seconds. And I will show you the basic configuration. Now, that doesn't look like AmigaOS 4, right? So there is some bug in the installation process that sets the screen mode of the system. So we have these bluish windows. What you need to do is go and click cancel here. The AmigaOS 4 is going to load and click the first. It's a little bit hard to recognize, but the second icon here is about the screen modes. So click on that and select a screen mode that is convenient. Let's say 1024 to 768. This one, RGB 16 PC. Use and use. So that is more convenient, right? So from here, you can set the location and key map. The hard disk is already having AmigaOS 4 running. So because previously I set the use, let's say, okay, click save to save that screen mode. And for configuring your sound card, you can click here and select either the Sound Blaster 128. I guess you can hear that sound, play the sound. Yeah, it's working. Or you can select the via AC97. That is also working. Whatever you want. That depends on the emulated system as well. I will go with the Sound Blaster, and also I will set it on unit 0. So then we can set up the network connection, local area network for LAN, automatic configuration. Select the 8139 as it is. Click next, finish. And now that it does the configuration, no thanks. Let's check if that works. That is working. Let me check the DNS if it is working. Migrants.net. That seems to work just fine. Now we have our system ready for any kind of installation. But it doesn't contain any of the updates. What I like to do is to create another ISO that I have with all the updates. So I'm going to close that uh, window and go to and show you. If you remember in my previous videos, I created a VMs folder that has all the VMs. And I have here also an updates folder where I put in here some files. For example, the 3 updates for AmigaOS 4 that you are going to be able to download from Hyperion Entertainment website as soon as you register your copy of AmigaOS 4. So you get these LHA files and you use them. I have some other files like the latest AMI SSL, the latest AMI update 2, but these are not needed to be installed manually as long as you install the third update of AmigaOS 4. I have also the iBrowse 3.0 browser, the archive, which is the demo version. And I have the latest Odyssey browser as well. Uh, Last but not least, I have a tool that I created called Vault. So we can see them. And what I like to do is create an ISO file with all these files, an image for a CD. Okay, so you can do it uh, with plenty of ways, but since we have mkISO in this um, system installed, I like to do it with that. I use this command, which sets the volume ID as updates. It gets an output and updates.iso where I am. But let me get into cd preamps here and do that command. And it takes all the files from the updates. So as soon as I execute that, you will see that it will create an updates ISO. If we mount it here in Linux, you will see that it has all the files that I mentioned earlier, that the files from the updates. Unmount and open the Kyvos and go here on the CD image and select that new ISO file. Save changes and start the virtual machine. Minimize that, close this. So in this updates ISO, because this is not a bootable ISO image, it is going to boot from the hard disk. Okay. Now these problems that you can see here are going to be removed as soon as you install all the updates for AmigaOS 4. So you don't need actually to do something right now for that. As you can see, let me close that. As you can see, the updates ISO image is already mounted. Let me show all files and view by name, like that. And I will show you the installation of the first update. So double click on it, Anarchy will open, extract it to the RAM. We have plenty of RAM because we set up the system to use 2 gigabytes of memory. With the third update, we get a newer version of AMI SSL and AMI update, so we don't need to install these files as long as we install the third update. So what we need to do here is go to this update, installation, okay, in the sys system, partition, next, 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 and the installation is started. The same process you can follow for all the updates. I'm not going to bother you with that and get bored. You can follow that process. And now, if I click finish, you will see that the system is going to freeze. The emulated system, because as I said earlier, there is a problem with the QEMU and the way that AmigaOS 4 does the reboot. So we close the window and start it again. But after that, I'm going to show you a much easier way to do the installation in less than 5 minutes. So the system is booting, allow, cancel, and you will see here in the about that already we have the update one installed. So Then you have to install the second update and the third update, and then install the um, a browser to have access online and be able to get further files and applications. That's the manual way. That's available on Kyvos version 1, the free version, but I would like to show you the automated version. That is available from Kyvos version 2. So we go automatic. Let's create here a new system, OS 4. I will keep Amiga 1 XE required, and now I'm going to select this checkbox. That checkbox is available only if you want to install AmigaOS 4 on systems like Amiga 1 XE and Pegasus 2. That's the only systems that's supported. So I'm going to click Create. This is going to create a new virtual machine for us. Okay. And now I'm going to start that virtual machine. Let me minimize keyboards. It's starting. And if everything goes well, a different window will show up, like you see here, giving information about a script that I created that takes care of the installation of the operating system, uh, all the updates, the three updates, and also this is running right now on real time. I don't speed it up or something. Uh, it installs all the updates, and also it will install my tool Vault, which I'm going to show you because it is useful to download a browser and then be able to discover other applications that you might want to use on AmigaOS 4, like an FTP client, um, IRC client, or whatever you want, even for graphics, for games, if you like. That is useful to find to discover all these applications that are tested, that are working correctly on AmigaOS 4 and are proposed, if you like, recommended to be used with AmigaOS 4. As you can see, right now we are already on update 3, and the system is, as soon as everything is completed, the system will reboot. That process also configures a correct resolution for AmigaOS 4 to work. And also it configures the network correctly. The audio, as you can hear right now, the audio is playing just fine. You don't need to do anything about that. So the system is already ready to be used. As you can see, update 3 is installed. Actually, what it does is creates, using mkisofs, um, an ISO file, that is used. It contains all the updates here, and those are used uh, to be installed. It has the mounted ISO of the operating system, and here is also the Vault, my application that can be used to download further files. For example, the eyebrows 3, you can click here and click download. That asks where exactly you can download that file, let's say RAM, okay, and the download is starting because it has access online. From here, you have a list of recommended or highlighted, if you like, applications. But also there are categories like audio and video, and that will get a list of applications that you can find and download. Let me show you as soon as the files are coming. So you see here a list of applications. And if you click on any of them, for example, Rave, you get information about that application and screenshot like that, and links where exactly to download it. Those links are not working right now because we don't have any browser installed. So I'm going to install iBrowse, first extract it, okay, install, proceed, proceed, proceed. I will put it inside internet folder, proceed, proceed, okay, proceed with copy, proceed. Okay, so this should be installed right now inside internet. I browse and the browser is working fine. So right now you can have access to any website, and especially Amigans. That is uh, the best forum for AmigaOS 4 and AmigaOS 3, in my opinion, and also for os4depot.net, where you can find applications and utilities to install. And that's how you can install AmigaOS 4 automatically in a virtual machine. That works only for Amiga 1 and Pegasus 2 systems, virtual systems. It doesn't work right now for the SAM 460, and but for all the others is available. About Kyvos version 2 that contains that feature, you can find it in my Ko-Fi page, ko-fi.com/Volcano. If you go to the shop, you can find Kyvos version 2 here that contains all these features. Uh, if you would like to test first Kyvos without paying for it, there is the free version available in the shop as well, Kyvos, here, which you can download for Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. That version is not under maintenance anymore. I don't develop anything for that because all the new features and development goes to the version 2. And that version is not supporting the Apple Silicon Mac OS systems, which is supported by version 2. Just have that in your mind. And I would like, before we close, I would like to thank all my supporters in my Ko-Fi page, and especially my benefactor supporters who are Breed, Christopher White, Emek, Daniel Zetlika, and Thomas Holz. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.